going to prepare 6 sides of ribs. We're going to season, get them trimmed up, season them, and then we're going to set them in the refrigerator overnight to let that seasoning kind of work itself into this meat. And then we're going to put them in the smoker in the morning. I've got several bags that I vacuum sealed to make sausage. No better way to put that extra trimmings to work for you, and that saves a buck if you're trying to stretch that dollar at these prices today. Now here's the seasoning I use on my ribs. I've used this from the get-go. It's really about all I've used. I've tried some different ones, but I usually always go back to this. This seasoning is just fantastic. Get these ribs all seasoned up here. I'm gonna lay them in that pan, and again, they'll be in the refrigerator overnight, letting that seasoning penetrate into that. It is going to be good. I like letting them set overnight instead of just seasoning and putting them right on. Now I have seasoned them and just put them right on the smoker, and they turned out good. But there's something about letting them set overnight, letting that seasoning penetrate that meat. Now we put it into overdrive, kind of speed it up a little bit. And when you're preparing 6 sides of ribs, trimming them up, getting them ready for the smoker, it takes a little bit. I believe I'm gonna have to sharpen my knives. The boning knife is pretty good, that black handle knife. I believe it's a little bit dull. I know a long time ago now, I'd never throw away all this meat, but there'd be some fat and little pieces of meat and stuff that I'd just throw away and not even mess with. But I tell you what, I save everything today. Now, I'll use mustard for a binder, but I don't use a whole lot of it. I just put a little bit on there and rub it around, just something to hold that seasoning on. You don't taste the mustard, in it, or I don't anyways. But it's a good binder, and it's inexpensive too. Okay, we'll get these all trimmed up and seasoned up and ready for the smoker, and we'll be back here in just a minute. Okay, we've got all 6 sides trimmed and seasoned. Now let's get them covered up and put in the refrigerator. Okay, now they are ready to go into the smoker. I believe that one's just a little bit wide. We're going to move it up on that other shelf here. I believe that'll fit a little better that way. Get this other one here on top. And I believe we're going to go about 3 hours like this. We're going to go between 225 and 250. Now I have my water pan all the way at the bottom there. It's full of water. I'm a firm believer in keeping water in the water pan. And I have a little bit of a drip pan here while I have the ribs uncovered. It's to help catch a lot more of the drippings and help for a better cleanup. And then after I wrap them, I'll remove it. Oh yeah, they're looking nice at 1.5 hours in. And at 2 hours in, it's time to give them a spritz. That'll help them keep them from drying out. And now it's time to wrap. Been 3 hours in. So let's get these wrapped and back in the smoke. Now I basically only make ribs one way. And just the seasoning, smoking them. And then when I wrap them, I put a little butter and brown sugar on it. Gives them a fantastic taste, and if you hadn't tried it, you need to try it. I know a lot of people put the brown sugar and honey and things like that, but the brown sugar is all I use along with the butter. And I'll do some other experiments with some of my homemade jams and stuff like that, putting them on ribs and other meats. May have to give that a try. Now when we place the ribs on this brown sugar, we'll place the meaty side down, and then we add the butter on the rib side and add brown sugar to it, fold it, and we put it back in the smoker with the meaty side down. We'll finish wrapping the rest of these and we'll be right back. Okay, they've been in the smoker for about an hour, wrapped, and I'm going to rotate them so we can make sure the heat is distributed to all of them as even as we can. And about 35-40 minutes later, we rotate them another time. And we'll top off the water pan again. Well, they've been in there about 2 hours wrapped. Let's look at some and see what they look like. Oh yeah, that's going to be fall off the bone tender now. I believe they're all ready to pull off. We'll take them in the house and let them rest. Now I'm going to save all this juice. Now I get quite a bit of juice. I almost spilled it here. Now I did a little bit. Luckily it went in the pan. I'll put it in the separator, but I got to get a bowl to keep all of it in. There is a lot of juice from all these ribs. These ribs are tender and juicy. Some of them fell off the bone. Some of them were a little thicker in meat, and oh, I tell you what, but they were all perfect. Oh, look at that. I can just taste them. I like to separate the juice, get the fat out of it. Then I'll use the juice itself to moisten the ribs back up and all, because these will go back in the refrigerator until tomorrow for a family get together. And it looks like Miss Rosie's looking on the floor, see if I might have dropped anything. She comes and checks me out, make sure I don't get her floor dirty. Well, these ribs are finished. Hey, I want to thank each and every one for watching. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you consider subscribing. Hey, give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. I'm getting ready to lose my light. The battery's running down right at the end here. Have a great day.